was very much a fool in most of my decisions.
Even with all the success that you've had, you're an incredible mother now, businesswoman, you're working with Playboy, you still look back on that and you still feel ashamed?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people can see me naked on the internet or can see those things happening to me. I think that it's gross.
That is crazy that you can build this whole life and you still feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm proud of myself and what I've done, and I wouldn't take anything back. However, it's not like I like the idea that people can view that of me. I personally, those videos make me want to throw up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
For anyone still doubting how bad the dating scene is, this is how single I am.
And this is what the media never likes to cover. Women all over the West are starving for a date with a real man, and yet there's none to be found. Why? Because they all walked away. I mean, come on. This chick is so desperate that she has a chart to show her availability. The thing is, no guy is going to sacrifice his dignity for a $300 date with a woman that has a body count exceeding 100 people, which is just the standard at this point. Here are the top comments, y'all. How you're single, I don't understand. Your name tag here is quite fitting, bro. In NYC, that's kind of wild, not gonna lie. It's summer, just step out. I think she's been on the streets plenty, my guy. It's just that men aren't biting anymore. What do you prefer to work on, Mac or Windows? Windows. On the flip side, if you weren't single, it would be harder to carve out enough time to focus on yourself and your career. Leak codes, side projects, FT job, and clients take up so much time, it takes a very understanding and patient boyfriend. I think you're describing a simp lady. Moving on.
Here's the deal. If a man gives 90, a woman gives 120. If he pulls back and gives 80, she still gives 120, hoping that eventually he'll meet her at least at 100, and then she'll give 200.
Sometimes I'm really curious what these people are taking. I mean, social media is a hell of a drug, but the level of delusion women like this have makes you think something else is in the medicine cabinet. The hive mind has really gassed these chicks with their toxic beliefs to the point that they really believe they're the same women who lived at home 100 years ago. They go and make a video spewing crazy cult-minded nonsense, end the recording, and then suddenly think, wow, I just changed the world. Sweetheart, the only medicine you require is a reality check. So the comments are, this woman is obviously single and only cares about Instagram. She's a professional clout chaser. Swap the genders and you're correct. True, but luckily most of the men have walked away, and they don't have to deal with this anymore. Where are these superhuman women that you are speaking of? She doesn't know, and she'll never find them. Nonsense and bad math. Victim mentality detected, opinion rejected. What world is this in where women put in any effort? Nowhere on planet Earth. If I had to guess, it's all in her head. And that's the point. The prize mentality, for them, is a total illusion. Something they all tell each other to not confront the facts.
Ladies, don't be nice to ugly men because they wouldn't be nice to you if you were ugly.
Really? And where is this coming from?
Coming from a former ugly girl, mediocre girl, I've been all of it.
Yeah, indeed.
And I've reached the good looking. I'm considered good looking now, a little bit.
Well, they do say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
They're way nicer to me now. In fact, I can say really mean stuff. I can be demanding, and they give me what I want.
Gee, I wonder why that could be.
All you have to be is hot. They don't care.
Oh, I don't know about that, but let's continue.
So, treat them how they would treat you if you were ugly.
I have a better idea. How about we treat people based on the type of person that they are, rather than based on what they look like?
If they're going to be that demanding of us, of just basic human respect and kindness based on our appearance, then we should do the same.
What happened to treating people as you would want to be treated? That must have gone the same way as manners.
And don't tell me you're watching this video because you like my face, man, because we know you are.
Oh, here we go.
You don't even care about my attitude. I just bashed the shit out of you. And you're going to say what? Oh, she's so cute. I know how you work. I have a guy on here said, I want you. Why? Why do you want me?
Now that's genuinely a good question.
Because I'm cute a little bit? That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, guys might want a woman based on how she looks for the now, but based on her attitude, that will determine if he sticks around.
The voice and the face alone are enough to make solitary confinement a dream. Some people like to come out and reflect on clips like this with something like, "Who hurt you?" or "She seems like she's in pain." But the fact of the matter is, in this climate, women like this are trained to believe that they're the prize after a trip to Sephora, even if the end result is that they look like Pennywise from It. The comments are, "You think you're a 10, but your attitude makes you a 1. Buddy, she is a 1. The attitude takes her off the list entirely. Who told her she was kinda cute? The guy wanting to borrow her fake eyelashes? Pretty accurate. It could be a feminine simp or feminist, but it definitely came from the hive mind. Beauty is in the eyes of the beer holder. I like this one, but it'd take more than that to start seeing any value. Who's gonna tell her? Good God, people actually record themselves saying this stuff? What's the end goal? There is none. These chicks have just completely lost their minds. They'll continue down the path, get older, and eventually they'll hop back on at 45, sounding a lot like this.
I have been humbled by eHarmony. A woman in her early 50s who I play volleyball with suggested that I get an eHarmony account, that this is where all the serious singles are, so I did it. I committed to paying over $600 for the year. I chose to pay quarterly, but I will end up having to pay over $600 for this. I have been on there for 10 days now, and I do not have a single like or match. I'm hideous. No one wants me. I have personally liked like 13 guys, but not a single one of them has liked me back or sent me a message. On top of that, it gets worse. Harmony makes you take all these questionnaires so that they can really get to know you, and then they give you a compatibility score with every single person on the site based on like your personality, what you want, your childhood, blah blah blah. So every single guy on the site that I can see has like a little number, which basically tells me how compatible eHarmony thinks that we are. And on the entire site, for all of the United States, my highest compatibility ranking is with a man who is a janitor. A janitor. And he won't even like me back. I'm adopting like 8 cats. I'm giving up right now. eHarmony, you have wounded me deeply. There is no coming back from this.
And that's the life cycle of the Western woman. Cut. That's a wrap, boys. We got the timeline down. Women who look like, and let's be transparent here, complete dumpster fires with no hope of salvation, constantly look at a guy that's an equal and think they deserve a stacked dude with a Porsche because they followed the feminist code. Moreover, lady, the janitor is way out of your league. What could you possibly provide to a man who can do everything you're supposed to do, but insanely better? The comments are here. Being a janitor is 100 times more respectable than being an influencer. Agreed. Just put them on an island somewhere and make a TV show out of it. I was with you until you shit on the man for being a janitor. Working class people deserve more respect. You were with her because you're a woman. If you were fully rational, you would have seen where this was going in the first 3 seconds. What's wrong with being a janitor? Nothing. I know a lot of great men who had these professions, and none of them deserve a life with a woman like this. They are the prize. Maybe don't shit on janitors and you'll be more likable. I think the ship has sailed on that one. Just a reality check, the way you talk about him being a janitor, are you surprised he don't like you back? Nope, not at all. Next clip.
Behold our new robot.
I'm on the verge of getting my real estate license. Is that what everyone does when their dreams are crushed? I feel like that's like the only way out. I don't want to do that. Can you even picture me selling houses? Hi, welcome in. Here's the kitchen. Here's the bathroom. Do you like it? Do you want to buy it? This is my entire job, is just doing that. And then the other stuff that's boring. I'm sorry, no offense to you guys, but that sounds so boring.
Well, it kind of fits. You're boring. All of you are boring. Until you flip out, then it's just funny. Gents, welcome to a segment I like to call Women Are Not the Prize. It's a title and a statement that honestly shouldn't have to be said, given the fact that men have been and always will be the prize. But apparently in this day and age, videos like this have to be made to bring the point home. The first set of comments are, Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend's on their 25th. Don't hate the player, hate the game, dog. Wait till she realizes she is not cut out for that either, lol. For modern women, it's a seemingly endless journey of mediocrity that always comes with Haagen-Dazs and tears. Imagine if she had to work at a factory doing 12-hour shifts. Dead by morning, no question about that. She's about to do a lot more crying. They always do. Honestly, we should just put all the women hit in the wall next to a dried-up hydroelectric plant. At least then they might fuel the economy. This generation is doomed. At least when women are concerned. Gen Z guys really seem to be turning things around. But more than ever, they're going to have to do it on their own. Next.
If someone's going to ask me a 1 through 10, I'm going to give myself a 10.
No matter what.
No matter what. Just because even if I didn't look the way I did and I looked another way, even like all of you guys, like it makes me, I mean, I know
They're
you
all
guys,
10s?
Yes, I would hope that you guys would all feel like you're a 10.
Is there any girl in that room who's prettier than you?
I think we're all beautiful.
Is there any girl in that room who's prettier than you?
I'm gonna get up to my sister, but
Wait, Andrew.
Okay, hang on.
I'll get
So
to
if
my
your
sister.
sister, so then if your sister's a 10, what does that make you?
So fine, I guess we're all 9s, but
Wait, you can't all be 9s. If you're the prettiest girl in the room and you rate yourself a 9, then you'd have to rate at least other girls an 8, right?
I didn't ever say I was the prettiest girl in the room. But
Okay, are you the prettiest girl in the room?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I know, but are you?
No.
Okay, who is?
I think my sister is beautiful.
Okay, so she's the prettiest girl in the room.
But
So
you
that
have to
would mean
remember,
that you're
I'm
less
looking at
pretty.
my.
Hang on. So that would mean you're less pretty than her. So if she's a 10, then that would make you a what?
She could be a 10 too.
But we could both be 10s, but it's just like I think my sister's the most beautiful just off the fact that she's my sister, and I know.
We're all 10s. Got it. I guess there's no need for standards. Wayfair Michael Jackson here is like most of the girls you'll find in the modern world, hyping each other up, regardless of waist size, face, or personality, only to stab each other in the back the second one of them gets their way. In other words, the prize mentality has basically made all of these women politicians. They'll say anything they can to be liked and likable, but all it takes is a line of direct questions to completely destroy the mechanism they rely on for self-preservation. The top comments are, no 10 will ever call herself a 10, period. Boom. Gold star for you. Solid 4 if she can stop talking. Buddy, you being way too generous here. She's a 2 or a 3 on a good day. The delusion is at a religious level. Well, for them, feminism is a religion, even if most refuse to acknowledge that fact. Social media made them all think they're all 10s. Funny seeing beta males condescend women to make themselves appear dominant. Junior high crap. Oh, we found one. Lady, you're a single mom. The only one literally taking a trip to junior high at this point is you. Next clip.
Let's normalize wanting engagement rings that cost as much as your partner's car. I know this sounds like a crazy take.
Because it is.
And this is my best friend's idea, by the way.
I think it's time to get some new friends.
As soon as she said it to me, I was like, you are doing way too much. Like, your standards are way too high.
Should have gone with that feeling.
But let me explain, this is gonna make sense.
I surely hope so, because right now I don't see any way that it possibly could.
At the beginning, I was thinking, if my man proposes with a diamond ring that is less than 2 carats, then I'm gonna say no.
So then that means that one doesn't actually love him.
Like, maybe I'm gonna keep the man, but he's gonna have to propose again with the ring that I approve of. It's just what I feel like I deserve.
Ah, yes. If only everybody truly got what they deserved.
And then my friend was like, I'm not accepting less than 6 carats. And I'm like, that's gonna cover your entire hand, but...
Maybe one shouldn't be taking advice from a person who's obviously going to be single for a very, very long time.
What I'm trying to say here is if a man is willing to spend that much on a car, it's a utility, right? It doesn't have to be a crazy expensive car. But if he wants that, if he likes that car, why wouldn't he want to spend that money towards, first of all, something that doesn't lose value?
Gentlemen, I would like to remind you that happily, not every woman thinks this way.
And this is a case of what we in the business of masculinity like to call hoflation. When chicks think they're the prize, which they never are, they let greed take hold and demand exorbitant prices just so people can see them exist. The funny part is that the other woman touches on very well is that it's always the women who are forever single who feel compelled to give advice to women that, without the feminist matrix, would be one of the few worthy of such a proposition. The comments are, her advice proves that single women keep other women single. It's a real disease, single moms as well. Joke's on her, I ride a bicycle. Now that's good cardio, bro. Just stay in the right lane for everyone. I thought we didn't want to be compared to objects like cars. Only if it applies to the message. She lost value with that nonsense. She assumes the man will stay around after the rejected proposal. Many men will leave and never look back. It's funny that you say that, man, because from where we're standing, we already did. Moving on.
I've hooked up with guys who said they were athletes. And by the way, every single guy who was almost going to be an athlete, guess why they weren't? Because hold on, they tore their ACL. If I had $1 for the amount of times I heard that from a wanting, aspiring athlete. I'm so mean.
Looks like I need to ask a series of questions. Does a prize get run through like any major transport hub? Does a prize get a bunch of work done and make a podcast that only receives clout from negative sound bites? Does a prize laugh at the demise of people who were foolish enough to give them a chance? If you answered no, congrats, you're sane. If you answered yes, well, then you're most likely a modern woman. And I have to ask, why are you here? The top comments for this one are, gullible much? They still hit though. They sure did, buddy. They sure did. Who's she? What's she achieved? Don't know, don't care. She's had a lot of whiners inside of her. Sometimes the spelling here works wonderfully. If I had $1 for every time a girl thinks she speaks intelligently but actually sounds drunk, we'd be rolling in a Rolls Royce, baby. Never saw lesser movement in a face, ever. Because it's fake. It all is. Women like this get pleasure from men's failures because their whole lives are one big fail. Next.
Question for men, because I'm starting to wonder. Are there any men left in this entire universe who are interested in a woman in her late 30s with a natural body?
Yikes. I got no words for this one, so let's find some. But fails to mention her 4 kids with 4 dads. Nailed it. Maybe. I have a hard time believing she found men who'd humor whatever she's become. Not if she's selling her high-mileage cat online. The hat, and she's, well, gross. Natural, yes. Unhealthy, no. LOL, that's a natural body? Where were you raised? Hometown buffet? This one was good. Great job, man. With your OF, not many that will take you seriously. I have a hard time believing that she would be chosen in a reality show lineup, let alone whatever grotesque stuff lies on the other side of that fence. Next clip.
I was just walking and this woman in front of me got aggressively catcalled, and I hate that because I'm right behind her, like I'm next. And then when I walked by, it was silence. And I was like, wow, I hate that even more.
Pick a lane, lady. Pick a lane. Of course, I'm joking here because women never pick a lane. They only want approval, which in itself isn't prize-worthy behavior. The top comments are, wow, it's like women just like complaining. The only thing women hate more than catcalling is when it stops. What is this disability called? Complains about catcalling, then complains when it doesn't happen. I miss the person I was before I heard this. Me too, brother. Me too. Whatever's the case, it's clear from this, and everything shared by mankind, that they are in fact not the prize. And they never were, not even with gold paint and a mahogany stand. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.